Welcome back, boys. First one of the year.
Yay!
Hooray! And we've got our dear friend Sally who's returned.
Hello. Back again.
Yes.
Let's go.
Which is cool actually because this is all you too. You basically said we're on holiday and you said, fuck it, when we go back, let's go again. Like, let's just do it again. So
It's just fun, bro. Like, I like doing different things in life. And, like, I connect with you guys. I see you guys again. Like, and it's something for your podcast. It's something for, like, my enjoyment. Like, we had have good conversations. And I'm always seeking out good conversations.
yeah, 100%.
Fucking nice.
100%. Well, let's start first because the last time you were on, we went down the rabbit hole so much. I forgot we didn't even talk about Heal My Health. Like, not much at all.
We immediately went down
Yeah,
the
we
rabbit
just started talking about fucking mushrooms and fucking shit like that. So
death and spirituality and DMT.
so let's talk about that. So when did you start it? What made you want to start Heal My Health in the first place? And why health and nutrition for you?
Yeah, it's weird. I kind of had, like, the business side of me started before I knew where I wanted a business to go. I always knew that I wanted to work for myself. And I started learning about business, did like a business seminar, all that kind of stuff. And I loved food. Like, it was two separate things. Like, I just loved cooking at home. I loved food. I went through phases of, like, being vegan, vegetarian, having to learn how to, like, cook a bunch of different foods. And eventually it all just kind of like molded into one. Like, my mum, she got sick, she had cancer, and she was like, you know, combating it through all this food. And so, like, we went down this like crazy rabbit hole of trying to like heal my mum's cancer. And I went like, she went vegan with me, and then we did all these juice cleanses and all this kind of stuff. And like, basically, like, my whole life I've watched my mum like be sick, and I was like, kind of had this moment. I remember the exact moment. I kind of had this moment where I'm like, I want to learn about like health and healing and try and do the best to my body so I never have to have it or go through it or get sick. So it was kind of like that pivotal moment, I guess, when like originally I always wanted to have my own business. I loved food. I even like started doing food photography and stuff like that, realizing I didn't like the photography game. And then, like after my mum passed, I was like, that's fucking it. Like, I'm studying in this, I'm getting knowledgeable, I'm going to figure out my shit. And then hopefully I can heal other people as well, or prevent people. Cause like my Heal My Health business and what I study is all preventative medicine. So it's not like you can't cure, diseases. Like, you can't cure some diseases, you can cure some diseases, whatever. But like, I'm all about like prevention, like stop yourself from ever getting to that point in the first place. So yeah, that's, long story, but it all molded into one. So eventually, like when I started studying, I was like, okay, like I know I want to work for myself. I can go work for a clinic or whatever else, but I can actually just do my own business in this and heal people along the way, heal myself, prevent disease as much as possible around me in whatever way I can. So that's where it all kind of came from.
It's crazy too because our cousin Neros is big on the food as well. Like, so, and it's kind of, it makes sense. Like, if you basically, like, example, so there's people,
You are what you eat.
yeah, there's people out there who just feed their bodies with horrible stuff. And like, obviously I'm not saying I'm like, I don't eat healthy and stuff, but like, there's some people out there though that just trash their bodies. And it's not just from like even drinking and stuff, it's just from the food. And I think people don't realize how bad food is for you. Like how shit it is for your insides. Maybe not your outside. You look the same, but your insides are like dying.
Yeah.
Like, that's scary shit, man.
Well, there's a quote that I saw not long ago that was like, every time you eat, you either feed disease or you prevent it. And it's like, I really believe that. Like, I'm not the like cleanest, most perfect kind of eater, but I also believe that there's like humanity in it and there's like personality in it and all that kind of stuff. You've got to live your life and have fun. But there is like food that can harm you. Obviously your like bad foods, all that kind of stuff is going to harm you. But it's also like if you're missing out on certain foods, like if you don't eat any orange, yellow, red food or whatever, you're missing out on certain vitamins and minerals that might affect your liver or your brain or something like that, where it's not just about like, oh, I don't eat fast food or junk food or whatever. It's also about like what kind of food you are putting in your body and if you're eating the same food. So it's been just so interesting to me to dive so deep because the rabbit hole is so deep. Like the first subjects you do in a like nutrition degree is like human biology, chemistry, biochemistry. Like you're learning like on the molecular level of what foods are made up from chemically, and then like what that does to your body.
Wow, yeah.
So it's like it's a
Really? Yeah. So you fully know like holy shit what the food's doing to your insides.
Yeah,
Like,
it's mental. Like we even have like preservatives in food that mimic like estrogen as a hormone. So when women eat it, they can get like estrogen dominance, and then they get all these like female reproductive problems and stuff like that.
Wow.
So it's just the way that the food industry is, and the chemicals they've created to go in food do so much crazy shit to our body that we don't even have any idea that it's doing. So when people come to me, like if a woman comes to me and she has PCOS, or like if, you know, someone comes to me that have heart problems, like you kind of analyze the food that they're eating, what's in it, like what kind of pesticides are being used, all that kind of stuff, and see what you can take out, what you can put in. So it's a whole fucking realm. But I've enjoyed it. I really enjoy the human body. I really enjoy like chemistry and shit. I'm a bit of a chemistry nerd when it comes to it. Like year 11, year 12, I was doing physics, chemistry, biology, like just love the shit. I love anything that goes like so far deep that is beyond our kind of realm of existence.
Yeah, wow.
But it's like can be toxic now, because I look at, like I say this to James all the time, if I'm out eating dinner or whatever, I'm looking at my food and my head is like doing all this like chemical shit around
like,
me.
what's in this shit? What the fuck am I gonna eat? Yeah, it's crazy.
They should really teach a lot of that in school, like just the basics of the fact that like you can have, if you're not eating enough reds or yellows or whatever, that you're not missing out. I feel like that's something important.
Yeah.
That people should know, you know, and it's crazy that like you go into Woolies and you look at the shelf and there's all the shit they're selling, but no one knows what's in it. Like no one reads the back of the packet. No one really knows what they're ingesting, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And I think they should really do like a basic food course or something in school.
Why isn't this all originally taught in school?
There's so much they got to teach in
Like
school.
why?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Like why?
I guess they try and do the basics, but it's pretty, like, I'm on my third year, nearly finished, and I've only scratched the surface. Like, I still feel like I'm so unable to,
I feel like what you're doing now would be the basics, and even at school, we weren't even getting taught basics.
Yeah.
Like, we were getting taught fuck all. Either that or just because I wasn't there half the time, but like...
You had a giraffe puppet in a van telling you
like
not
what?
to do drugs.
what the fuck did I learn? Like nothing.
Wait, do you remember, like thinking Healthy Harold was real?
What,
did you guys have Healthy Harold?
That fucking giraffe?
I don't remember. Everyone talks about it, but I don't remember that. I don't think I ever had that shit.
I don't remember him coming to... I can't remember if he came to St. Clair specifically. Maybe Clairgate when I was in primary.
I don't even remember primary. I don't remember the giraffe.
But I 100% remember that every cunt had the giraffe.
Yeah.
I must have.
The one that used to tell you not to smoke cigarettes. And,
it was all like drug kind of stuff. But
Drugs are bad.
I remember thinking like, maybe like a year ago, I was like, what happened to Healthy Harold? I wonder if it's still around. And legit that week, I saw the Healthy Harold van driving past, and I was like, get out! No way, he's still going.
Holy shit!
But I remember the moment in year 5 or year 6 where he came back, because like you have them in like kindergarten or year 1 or whatever. You're still like a little kid, and the little giraffe pops out. Like, oh my god, crazy, like giraffe. And then,
it's a real giraffe.
And then like year 5, year 6, when you have to sit in it, and she like pops this, like she sticks her hand in the back of the like van wall, and then out the other side of this little hole comes this like puppet giraffe, and I just remember going, fuck this shit. Like, what is going on?
They lied.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do drugs now.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, nah, fuck. So how is the Heal My Health going? So at the moment, just studying, doing your podcast. But how do you want to take that into a business side? Do you want to start maybe selling like recipes, selling advice, selling food, like what is it when you give people food plans?
Yeah, like
is that the kind of is that the idea?
It's like I want to work with clients because that will help me learn a lot. When I see a client, I get like a registration form of what's going on with them, and then I dive into research and figure out what I can do. And then I like obviously talk to them and figure out their stuff. So it helps me learn, but eventually I want to do more like workshops, seminars, retreats, things like that. So I did a Heal My Gut talk a year or 2 ago now, where it was like 10 people, and it was just all about the gut. And it was really interesting, the kind of reciprocation level that I got from it. Like so many people have gut issues, and I had a couple of people come. I had no idea who they were, like a couple of women, which was beautiful. And I really want to work in that space where I can kind of go, like there's one-on-one, which is client-based, which is awesome. You can really help people that way. But for me, I think it would be a little bit unsustainable with the time and the return in terms of like business sense, I guess, or whatever. But like I really want to help people in that way of like one to many, where I can do like, 50 people retreats where we just learn exactly what you said. You didn't learn the basics at school, so like learn the basics, learn the food groups, learn what you can add in, like, and just have an environment for a bunch of people to be able to share it together and leave with a lot of more like education and knowledge. So I want to do that stuff. I really enjoy talking in front of people. I really enjoy giving information that way and creating a space for people to talk about their stuff, like, in that way.
I think the retreat's a fucking awesome idea. But obviously you would have to spend a little bit, right? You'd have to, say example, you house 5-10 clients. Because your first one would be small, I'd assume.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 clients, and then you need a place to go. Place where they can sleep the night, and then you just can show them how to cook food. You just cook healthy food. You can teach them what's bad, what's the good stuff in this food, what's the shit stuff in that food. I think that's a fucking sick idea. But you'd have to spend money to make money there.
Yeah, 100%. Like it would, it would be a matter of like I don't know necessarily how it works yet. I have a lot of friends that have done it, so I can like get information from them. But really, man, like I'm not all about like becoming super rich off this. Like this is just a way that I've watched disease my whole life. And if I can stop anyone having to do that or go through that, and like at the moment, I'm in the process of, steering my dad away from disease. It's going through like pre-diabetes, things like that. So I'm like, sweet, your daughter literally works in this industry. I can help. And I'm seeing the change in him, and it's beautiful to see. And I see the change in myself because I've had gut issues my whole life, and now I've like pretty much cured myself, and it's like awesome for me. And if I can stop people from going through and seeing what I've like seen in my with my mum and stuff like that, if I can do like preventative cancer work, then awesome. But that would be the main thing for me. And like obviously I have to make a living, and that's fine. But I'm not like looking to get super rich or whatever. Like if I can run a retreat and I can make enough for me to live for the week, for the 2 weeks, for the 4 weeks, like whatever. Like I'm just about kind of like living in my like passion, living in my truth, and the only way I can do that is working for myself and working in the like health industry.
Have you?
I struggle to work with people.
Sorry. Have you thought of writing a book?
Yeah, I will one day. I will.
That could be
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I definitely will do that. So it's going to be like a lot of different areas. I can see with my work, like it'll come in different aspects of, a book or an online course. Like I definitely want to do like a gut healing course. And, I am a lot in the gut because it's what I've studied to heal myself. So I know a lot of it now, but there's other areas that I'd like to go into, hormonal and stuff like that, where I can sell courses, I can sell books, I can sell retreats, I can do one-on-one work. So it'll be a lot of different like areas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what about with the uni stuff? Is that packed? Like, is there a lot of students or?
Yeah, it's intense.
Yeah.
It is like the college that I go to. It's more intensive than some unis. So most unis have like 4 subjects a semester. I've had ones where I have like 6 subjects a semester, and they're literally called like nutritional biochemistry, like digital physiology research, and like shit like that. And there's like 6 subjects in 13 weeks, and I have like 40 assignments. Like it's it's wrecked me.
Wow.
I've had multiple breakdowns, but I'm so close to the finish line now. And this semester I only have 3 subjects to finish off, and none of them, like I've done all the biochemistry work now, I've done all the food work, so this time I've only got like a business one, a communication one, like just working with people I guess, and then I'm just working for the clinic as like a student practitioner. So I'm taking clients at the moment. And just working with them, like it's unpaid, it's just kind of like work experience.
Yeah.
But it's been a ride and a half. Like
how long has it been? 2 years?
2.5 now. So I'll finish when I finish in June. If I do, it'll be 3 years exactly.
Holy shit, man, that is fucking crazy.
So, but you've gone through the worst of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've definitely
like you've
gone through the
done
worst
the
of it.
hardest part.
Now it's just kind of like
home
combining
stretch, like-
everything. Yeah. But it's
Like-
weird. It's weird when you work with people with food because you don't realize how like deeply rooted ideas and structure is around food and how much people like have control, like find control in what they eat. So like when they come to you, like they have this problem, but like food is like habitual and it's like trained in you from like a kid. You know, you're either like told to sit down and eat your food and not leave the table, or you have to eat this, or your parents have just taught you a certain way of eating, and like that's just what you know. So it's literally like a huge part of my job is actually psychological, like helping people make change, because people know what to do.
Yeah.
Kind of know what you, like what's good and what's not. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's where like nutrition is kind of, people don't really see the depth of it because you're like, yeah, there's good food, there's bad food. Like I get it, but it's also like psychological change, lifestyle change. It's like what are you actually intaking, and like it's a whole ball game of like a bunch of different areas coming into one.
I never thought of it about like that. That's so true. Like when you're a kid, like your parents, like there's parents out there that don't let the kids leave the table till all the veggies are done, and the kid's sitting there like crying, I fucking hate tomatoes, all this shit, and then, but then there's other parents who just probably don't give a fuck, and then, or there's probably, I can probably guess there's a lot of families out there that where the parents just bring the food to the kid's room, and the kid just eats in the room, like everyone's just, so yeah, maybe that shit can then sort of goes down the line, and then you get older, and then you're eating like shit, or you're eating good, or
like forcing your kid to eat peas, like you can have fucking PTSD from that shit, bro, and never want to eat that. Like, you can fuck someone up doing that, you know, like they would never eat that food again. Like they won't.
You can. I've seen it. Like I've seen like grown adults that the only way, like such a huge part of control for them is not eating, because like they would either like yelled at or forced. Like there's people out there that use food as kind of like a power stance, and adults can do that. You know what I mean? They want to get angry or they want to do this. Like they just yell at the kid for not eating, or they're frustrated. Whatever. Like it's hard to figure out everything as a parent, but like you might get frustrated because you've slaved over a dinner and your kid's not eating it. But like eating, like food patterns of kids are so different, and when this kid's getting abused, and like I've even, you know, seen in different families, or when I've been out to dinner or whatever, where this kid's like having a full tantrum, crying, like a full PTSD moment, where the like parents yelling at them, and it's based on food. So then there's like a fear thing put in about food, and like when you think about growing up with certain, you know, triggers or certain things that like in your brain you just click onto, and then you decide, well, you know what, I control my food now because I'm an adult and I don't have to eat, or I can eat as much as I want and I'm going to binge eat all the time. Like there's a real psychological aspect to it.
Yeah, fuck man, I never thought of it like that.
Well, how many people have like ridiculous diabetes and are obese and can't make the change? Like their health is like fully like, you're going to die soon if you don't lose weight, and they can't do it.
Yeah.
Like it's because it's so, their patterns are so deeply ingrained. It's really interesting.
It's like an addiction.
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
People have to literally break out of these fucking
of habits, and but then again, that all comes down to everyone being comfortable with what they're doing and what they know. Like people, we said this with the Moby, the last FireCast with Moby. Like comfortability is so dangerous for a human. So dangerous, bro. People don't want to make change. People don't want to try this. People don't want to do that. Next thing you know, you're fucking 65 years old and you're stuck in the same job you hate, and your insides are trashed.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying to you about like the shit that you're doing online. Like if you don't, like if you can sit and you can hear about things, different ways to make money or different things like to try, or like, oh, I heard this, even like, you know, even if it's a restaurant, I heard this restaurant's really good, but then when it's time to go out to dinner, you just go to the same place.
You go to McDonald's,
it's just safe, right? But like, if you don't like, and that's why I jumped at the opportunity when like we mentioned doing this podcast first. Like this was the first podcast I'd ever done. I'd never been on one before. Yeah. But if I get the opportunity to put myself out of my comfort zone, like I will do my best to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, because you learn.
Should.
Yeah. It's a learning process. But when you stay in your comfort, like you don't grow.
You're not expanding your mind.
It's weird, like you can also put it down. So you know when you change jobs, right? You quit and you move on and you finally bite the bullet. How nervous are you, right? when you go to that job interview. Alright? How nervous are you your first day when you get the job? But I used to say this to Chloe all the time, right? Like, that feeling to me was kind of like, I was kind of addicted to it. Like, that scared feeling. Like, it's kind of like, oh, okay, finally something is happening here. Something exciting. Because like I said, I've had so many fucking jobs now, but Chloe would always say, oh, are you nervous? Are you nervous for the interview? I'm like, yeah, but like, I kind of can't wait to get there. And like, just start talking shit and meeting people and shit like that. But most people hate that feeling. So they just stick to what they know. It's fucking crazy, man.
I feel like they hate it because they never like put themselves past that feeling. Because like we've all done it, like the three of us, where like you're nervous or whatever. But then afterwards, like, and when you start getting into it, like the first time I was on this podcast, shaky as in my voice, not knowing like heaps sketchy. But then 10 minutes later, something hectic is happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And same thing, you go to the job interview, you're like, oh, new job, I'm nervous, and then you get the job, or you don't, or whatever, and the interview went fine. But like, either way, you come out on the other side okay.
Yeah.
Most people think like, if you feel nervous, you could die. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, you can sort of, it's the same with skydiving. You've been skydiving, eh?
yeah.
How fucking scary was it? That was a pivotal moment for me in my life, man. Like, that morning when we were doing the brief, man, I don't bite my nails, I bit down every nail to the bone. I was like a cartoon going like that, and I was so fucking scared. And then we got up into the plane, man. There's a rickety ass tin can plane, it's shaking and shit, and there's a sign on the door. Literally, you're looking at the sign, oh, if the plane goes down, just listen to your instructor. So these cunts just practice jumping out in case the plane crashes or whatever. I'm going, holy fuck, what have I done?
If a plane were to crash, you'd want it to be while you're skydiving.
While you're skydiving, yeah. And I'm thinking, I'm like, fuck, man, what the fuck have I done? I'm literally going to die. I'm literally going to be that guy on the news that has the accident with the parachute and all this shit. And I'm going, fuck, I'm panicking. And I got my mate, one of my mates, Cody, he's sitting in front of me. And me and him, the two dickheads, didn't realise that, obviously, if you get on the plane last, you're going to be first to jump because you're sitting at the front of the plane. So you get on the plane and then you all make your way to the back. And me and this cunt are sitting at the front of the plane, and then the instructor turns and goes, alright, he's jumping first. And I went, oh yeah, so who's second? Fuck, I'm fucking second. And then, bro, Cody's face, man, he just went white like a ghost. And I was like, oh my god. And the next thing you know, they're gone. They were just out. And man, that feeling, bro, he brings me out to the plane, and I was fucking literally going, holy shit, I'm gonna die. And when we jumped, bro, I started having a panic attack mid-air. I swear to God, I was falling, I was going, and I thought for some reason I couldn't breathe. And the guy's going, bro, it's all good, bro, just breathe. I'm going, I can't. I'm going, and I went, oh, wait a second. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. And then we're just floating through the clouds and shit, bro. But that lead up, man, was so fucking scary. And then afterwards, man, I was so glad that, like, I went through with it. Like, it was fucking so good. And that was me breaking comfortability to its ultimate level. Like, that
ends up being one of the best experiences.
Bro, that shit was so fucking scary. Mind you, I still hate flying to this day. Like, I hate traveling just for the flying. I'm a nervous flyer, eh?
Yeah.
I literally hate it, bro.
I like planes, bro. I like the airport and shit. You're walking through the airport, it's cool.
The
plane, but not too long though. Short trip.
yeah. Well, we did it for what? How long was America? Like 14 hours or something?
Yeah. Wait, can I tell the story of the first plane trip that I got on? Because I fully accidentally ended up traveling alone for the first time. I was supposed to meet my friend in Croatia, and then she, like a week out before the trip, she said, oh, I can't come for like the first 4 days. So I was like,
what the fuck?
Okay, alright. So I literally, and I didn't even think about it until like maybe like 2 days later, where I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I've never travelled, and this is what's crazy. Like, I just thank the universe for it, because now obviously I've done so much solo travel, and it like was an accident having that happen first of all. But anyways, so getting this plane, it's the first plane I've ever been on that isn't like 1 hour, 12 years old to Queensland or something with my mum. It's a 14-hour flight. I get on there, whatever, sit down, and I've got this Greek lady next to me, this old Greek lady and her husband. And I swear to God, to this day, like I've been on so many flights, and there has never been a flight more fucked up for turbulence than that first flight. Like,
No.
I reckon if I were to survive that, like, I don't even know how I ever got on the plane again.
Wow.
'Cause we're halfway through, it's like 7 hours in, and the plane, like, you know, goes, oh, seatbelts on, then we might be experiencing some turbulence. And then
Yeah.
the worst nightmare. And this huge plane, like, it was one of those, like, obviously it's a 14-hour one, so it's a huge one.
Yeah.
And it was shaking, like, it was, like,
Really?
fully shaking for ages. And this Greek woman next to me, right, she's probably, like, 60, she's grabbing onto my arm, and she's yelling in Greek, you know,
No.
she's literally yelling in Greek, crying, and I'm grabbing her hand, and I'm crying, and her husband's just going, patting her lap, and she's just looking at me with, like, pure terror, and I thought, I'm gonna die next to this Greek lady.
This is it. Fuck.
I'm gonna die on this plane next to this Greek lady yelling at me in a language I don't know.
Fuck, man.
Turbulence is terrifying.
And that's the worst too. That'd be the. I've been on some shaky planes, but never enough where. When people start fucking praying, that's when you know there's like people. Oh, baby Jesus, please stop this plane from shaking. See, that's not gonna help anybody. Like
Bro,
that's
even
not helping anybody.
When I was, when I went to Everest, we had the flight to Lukla, which is, like, literally classified as the most dangerous flight in the world. Like,
Oh,
it's,
really?
I've seen a video
Wait,
on that.
what?
Yeah, so the
Wait,
flight
where's that from?
from Kathmandu in India, in Nepal.
It's the base camp to the
To-
base camp of the Everest.
So
There's
you-
one specific flight you got to do. It's like dangerous as fuck.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
it's like where the most planes go down out of the
Oh
whole
my God.
entire world.
And you did that.
Yeah, well, I had to. Like, if you want to do,
Holy
if you want to do Everest, you
Yeah.
have to. Like, there's
It's
no
the
other.
highest altitude airport, so only one you
Wow.
can go to the base camp.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So we get there, right? Like, obviously everyone's like shitting themselves. We finally land, whatever. I'm like, thank God, I'm safe. I get out of the plane and I look over and there's a crashed plane, like, to the left of me.
Oh my
Like,
God.
Holy
Up
shit.
on this, like, hill thing. And
Really?
I said to my guide, I was like, what
What the fuck is that?
is that there and what happened? He's like, oh, it was 3 days ago. The pilot was drunk after New Year's because they had Nepali New Year.
Oh my.
And
God.
Nepali New Year went off, like, it
Yeah.
was mental. It was like year 7,602 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like ridiculous. But yeah, it was like, oh, the pilot was drunk. And I was like, did anyone die? He's like, yeah, 2 people died. I'm
Wow.
like, get me the fuck out of here!
What the
Like,
fuck? I don't want to do Everest no more, man.
but I'm like, it's a dangerous airport because it's the most highest altitude. But this plane crashed because the pilot was drunk.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
fucked. That is. And he told you as well. He didn't lie about it. He just told you, straight up told you.
And that's the third world country for you, but bro. Like,
Yeah. Wow.
no regulations on shit.
So I don't get it. How long's the flight from wherever the fuck? So what, it flies you to the base of the mountain. Is that what?
It's a short flight, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
just
it's
you
like-
land in Nepal, don't you? But then you go from there, or
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes. So
Oh,
you
okay.
leave from Kathmandu, like in Nepal, and then and then you just get to the bottom of, like, the Himalayas. So you just get to a place in the Himalayas, and then you start your trek from the airport to go to Everest Base.
Huh. Why is it so dangerous? Is it just because of like, are you like flying through mountains and shit, or is it just because of the altitude problem?
I think it's just because of the altitude.
turbulence. I think it's like
Oh.
bad, like shit like that.
Well, so
Probably their planes aren't that great either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
It's
in
like
a little
those-
dinghy. Like,
Yeah, the little dingy ones.
holy fuck, that's fucking yeah.
Planes are terrifying, man. And to jump out of one, like, it just defies all logic in your brain.
Well, that's
like,
why. Yeah, that's why I don't understand. Like, I'd rather jump out of the planes than sit in them. Like, it'd be like, bro, like, on the was it the which flight was it? Was it the American trip where we went together? Was it? I think it was that one. That first trip. No, sorry, it was the second time I went with all the boys and Chloe. That second trip, bro. I can't remember if it was on the way there or on the way back. I think it might have been the way there. Where same thing as a big ass plane, it's a 14-hour, 13-hour straight run to Texas. Right. And that's the thing I hate about the flying, right? Is because the first, like you said, like the first 7-8 hours usually go great. But it's like you get to this one patch of American sky and it's just fucking so turbulent, bro. And we were going and everyone was asleep. It was like the lights were off in the cabin and shit, everyone was asleep. And all of a sudden, the plane just starts shaking. And it was shaking that much that it woke everyone up. And that the pilot then, like, sort of come on, okay, yeah, seatbelts on. And then I was like, what the fuck? and I'm looking around, and the flight attendants were buckled in. And that's when I was like, okay, fuck. Okay, that is fucking freaky. Because, you know, usually, it's like what James said on the holiday. You always look at the flight attendant. If they're still walking around and ha-ha laughing, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But these guns were buckled in as well. And I've gone, fuck me. I've gone, fuck. And then everyone wakes up. Everyone's putting their seatbelts on. Chloe starts crying. The plane's shaking. I look up, and I remember I just see Diamond, one of my mates, sitting a couple rows in front, and he just did this. He just went... and he just looked at me with this face like, okay. And I was like... Because he's like the most calm one out of all my mates. So I'm like, okay, if he's freaking out, I start freaking out. But I was so... Ask Chloe, I was so scared. I started twitching. Like I was doing this, so like, she was holding my hand, and I was going... like that. And I was twitching. I was so fucking terrified, bro. And I was literally twitching. And mind you, all the fucking sleeping pills we tried to take to help us sleep. Now at this point, I'm like fucking off my head on all these sleeping pills, and I'm twitching and shit. I'm so fucking scared. And I was like, holy fuck. And then because I was scared, Chloe was getting more scared. And this shit was happening for like ages.
Yeah.
Like 40 minutes, 45 minutes of just straight, I'm about to die any second. And then it just goes away, and and then the seatbelt lights turn off. And everyone back to sleep. And then the rest of my flight's fucked then. Because I'm sweating. I can smell myself because I'm sweating that hard and shit. I've still got 5 hours to go. I'm like, fuck this shit, man.
That's the thing with planes. Like it goes. You look at that thing. How is that fucking thing in the sky for so long? For hours on end.
I don't get it.
It is better to jump out of one. You get it over and done with quickly instead of sitting there in fucking so high up for so long.
But I've looked it up so many times before, and apparently though, like, if this makes anyone feel better, the plane, when it gets turbulence, it literally doesn't affect the plane at all. Apparently, like on the inside you're shaking, but on the outside the plane's just going like that.
Just chilling.
It's just gliding. And the best way someone like described it on this Reddit post that I read is they said it's basically, picture when you're on a boat, right? You're on a boat, and when the boat gets a bit of rocky water, it rocks a little bit, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And you don't get that scared on a boat. Like, I mean, I haven't been in crazy like swells and shit, but I'm always like, yeah, you're right. Like, cause I've been to Thailand and shit, and there's heaps of boat travel, and yeah, you get some choppy waters, but never to the point where I'm so scared I'm twitching and shit. But for some reason, it's the same thing with the plane. Like
being on the ground though.
Yeah, and you're fucking 50,000 feet in the air. But yeah, I don't know. Apparently, the turbulence does nothing at all to the plane.
Wait, I have a question.
Mm.
What is one way that you're going to get out of your comfort zone this year?
I think that's a great question. And I've been thinking a lot about this in my head, like what I'm going to do for myself this year. If this is the year I'm really trying my hardest, I want to be able to quit my job. And I'm talking about not go back to work.
Nice.
Like that's going to be very scary because obviously, you know, you got bills and shit to pay. But if, example, like all that online stuff I'm doing, if it works out, you know, I hope it works out. I want to just, I want to say goodbye to the 9 to 5, goodbye to working for someone else. I want to be done with it. That's going to be my main, try and get out of my comfort zone. Because going, like even for me, going to work, it's just comfortable. Yeah, it's just an easy $900 of the week. I can pay the bills, whatever. But that, I feel like I've always said it. I always go on about it. It's so time consuming for me. It's not even funny. If I didn't have to go to work, man, I would have so much shit done. Like it's insane. That's what I want to try to do this year. It's going to be hard.
You're always doing, doing shit. But when you're at work, you can't do the shit that you need to do or want to do to grow.
Like people, this is the thing, right? Like just because I always say this to Chloe as well all the time. Like, just like example, it might be to some other people, it might be just computer work. It might just be, he's making music or he's streaming on Twitch playing games. How is that? But people don't realize is they're the things that I have to do to try and build a fan base, a community, to be able to stop going to work and survive off the shit and help other people and give money to my family and my friends and shit like that.
I need what you have. Like
you know more fan base.
No, but like even just like the effort of putting in all that work.
Yeah.
Like I need to be able to like you have to. And I've said this to James.
Yeah.
I've changed James's kind of perception on Instagram or people like
Bro, we
on
need
Instagram or whatever,
We need
because
it, man.
you actually need to have that now. Like
Yeah,
you need
yeah,
to
you
have
need it.
all the different areas. You need to have the podcast. You need to have
Yeah.
the Instagram and stuff like that. Only because like it's just what the world needs now. If you're trying to make something
Right.
of yourself and be a business, like if your name yourself, you're going to be entrepreneurial. I hate
Yeah.
that word, but like business or
Man.
anything that you're making that isn't working for someone else, you actually need to have the
Social
different the different aspects of like online presence.
Advertising. You got to be everywhere. You got to have
You gotta
eyes
stay.
everywhere,
You
man.
gotta stay relevant.
But you need the time to be able to do that. So
Exactly right.
I reckon you're going to get there, bro, because the one thing that they say, like, that heaps of people have written in their books and shit like that about, like, goals or whatever, is that if you have the idea of where you're going to be, like, it doesn't matter how you get there. It doesn't matter how it
Yeah.
changes. Like, you can have your action steps or whatever, but if you have the goal to work for yourself and do your own thing, and it's that passionate, eventually you will get there. You just like, you be malleable with the way that you get there, and you just try a bunch of different things, and you keep working on it, and you keep working on it, and one day it'll be there, and then you never have to
Just
like...
don't
Man.
give up. I mean, it's
Yeah.
gonna pay off if you keep going. That's just
Yeah.
the main thing. You just gotta keep going.
That's what that's my main. That's one of my main goals, man. And I know it kind of sounds like a stretch, but I think I can pull it off,
It's
man.
not a stretch, bro.
I think I can pull it off. Like
Especially now with NFTs and shit.
I'm
It's
telling,
a lot easier.
I'm telling you, man. I'll get there one way or a fucking another. I don't give a fuck. Like I'm trying, and not just that too. Like I said, I don't care about the fame or the money so much. Like because the money, yeah, okay, cool. I might buy myself the nice car and the nice house, but then once I do that, bro, I'm gonna be giving half the shit away anyway. Like once I have a car to get me to point A to point B and a place to live with my girlfriend and all my dogs, bro, I'll be giving money to I'll be giving it to my mum, to my mother-in-law. I'll be giving it away. I'll be giving it to my friends, giving it to fucking charities and shit. Like I don't fucking give a fuck.
I
Like,
love that you say all my dogs.
oh mate.
Some coming.
Mate, the first thing I'm doing, if I can make some nice sum of money, first thing I'm doing, another couple dogs. Dash hounds. I'm gonna have like 50 of the cunts. I'm gonna be just running around going crazy, like, but you know what I mean? I wanna help other people too. That's why I'm so driven to try it and like just, because the working, right? I've had days, I shit you not, where I get home at 9:30 at night. At night, bro, and I get up at 5 a.m. to go to work. And then these cunts at work, there's no, alright lads, have tomorrow off or start the next day at 10 o'clock. Nah, it's just like a normal day. There's and it got, that's why work was so rocky for me towards the end of the year, because it got to the point where us as the crew, the boys, we all got together and we said, this isn't right. We're like, and we started saying, we told our bosses, our supervisors, we said, if we're not home by 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, tomorrow we're not coming in, or tomorrow we're starting later. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I don't give a fuck, the choice is yours. Oh no, but you can't do that. We can do whatever the fuck we want. We're not coming to work. And that's why shit started getting so rocky. People started leaving. From like October to December, we lost like 6, 7 blokes.
It's mental hours.
Like-
My brother works hours like that sometimes.
It's-
And he's
it's a
now got
joke.
2 kids, and it's
Yeah.
like, bro, like,
Mate, like
how do you
it's-
get home and
I-
have dinner and like spend time with your kids if you're working that
you get
many
home,
hours?
you get home, everyone's asleep, your dinner's cold, if there was even dinner left for you. Dinner's cold, you shower and you're straight in bed to wake up in the next, what, I don't know, 10 hours, 10, 11 hours.
People take life too seriously, man.
That's what I'm saying. And like at the end of the day, I'm not scared to admit, bro, fuck work. Like as soon as I make one lump sum of money off whatever it is, the music, my crypto, the NFT attempt, anything, I'm telling yous, I'm quitting my job.
Have you heard
Yeah.
about
No.
that Poland? I think it was Poland recently. I only saw it yesterday. I think that they're introducing a 4-day work week and
Oh.
6-hour work days, and that's going to happen everywhere because
I
you know
hope so.
why? These robots. There's going to be a time very soon in the next 20 years where robots are going to start doing everything.
Yeah.
And they're going to be, and people, there's going to have to be universal basic income, and people don't realize that bloke whose whole life is just shoveling shit, and he lives for that, wakes up every day, does the same thing. That's not going to happen anymore, and these people are going to have nothing to do, and
Yeah.
they're going to lose their minds.
Yep.
That's why you got to work on yourself, and you got to find the passion, and you got to do something you love doing, because your job's not going to last forever, man. Robots are coming quick. I'm telling you.
Mm.
Do you guys watch Queer Eye on Netflix?
I've seen it. Yeah.
I've seen it. What? Grew up with a straight guy?
No, it was an old school Queer Eye.
I used to watch the old one with my mum, I think. Yeah.
So James and I watched it. Right, it's the most humble, beautiful show.
Yeah,
like it's people.
show.
It's I cry every time.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, bro, and it's just amazing. But anyways, this guy, and like just after what you said, she said like people take life too seriously. So sometimes I think like people don't take life seriously enough in the way of like actually living their life.
Yeah, living.
Like,
that's what I mean.
They just exist, bro. Like, and
Yeah.
this guy on like the episode that we watched like last night or the night before, he lost his wife. His wife like randomly died from a brain aneurysm, and the last thing she said was, "Oh, please keep my restaurant alive. Like, please keep my restaurant going."
So,
And it's bro, so sad. And for 12 years, he's been like all he did was throw himself into this restaurant, but like fully let himself go. Like all his hair's growing. He's just like wears flip flops everywhere, whatever. And the restaurant has not changed a bit, like not one bit in the 12 years. But when the when one of the like boys was talking to him, he was saying like, you're not living anything but this restaurant. Like you just took your wife's last words and just like threw yourself into the restaurant and forgot about your friends, your life, like anything you had interest in. And he said, he's like, sometimes it's easier to exist than to live. And,
What?
yeah.
Come on, man.
I know, and it was so
Come
sad,
on.
man. It was so sad. Like, sometimes it's easier to exist than to live. And, like, some
Nah.
people are just fucking existing. Like,
Nah,
when
man.
when you
Most.
talk about, most, like, they're just doing the job, like, going there to the 9 to 5 or the 5 to fucking 9:30, like, not that you're not living your fucking life, but, like, when you just work those hours for someone else and you lose your life. Like,
sense of self.
you lose your sense of self.
They're the people I feel sorry for the most, man. The
Yeah.
ones who don't they literally don't see the value in being alive.
And they're
Like
gonna
that.
have to.
That's very scary shit to me because they're the ones I feel sorry for the most, man. The ones that just get home and sit on the couch and watch Netflix and drink a beer and
Bro.
yeah.
Even just
Fuck.
sitting outside, man.
Just
Just
sit.
sit outside and look at the nature around you.
Yeah, bro.
You're just an animal on this planet. Just enjoy that. You know what I mean? Like, at least be part of, be part of nature. Don't just sit inside, sucked into TV. You wake up the next day, you go to work for someone else, you come home, you do the same shit. And you're letting, there's birds flying out and fucking bugs and shit and trees that's going on right outside your wall. You're never gonna see it because you're just stuck in a fucking, same pattern, watching TV. You come home, you put your headphones in, listen to this, do that, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, come back, and you're just letting life pass you by, man.
It's fucking scary.
The world's spinning around you.
Before I forget, what's gonna be your
I was just about
question?
to ask.
Yeah. What are you gonna do to get out of your comfort zone?
Well, this year I'm a dad now, man. So,
Yeah. Oh yeah. But people don't know yet. Dylan gave birth to
I
triplets.
didn't give birth, but
They
my
came-
girlfriend gave birth
Dylan gave birth to triplets.
to a little girl, and that's not it's not an easy thing, to adjust to being a dad. So I think that's my thing this year. I don't want to work for someone else either.
Yeah.
So I'm also trying to do this whole music thing and trying to make
Yeah.
a business and shit. But now I also got to think about my family and my daughter and how I'm gonna.
Yeah. So
get
what's your
things done.
plan, man? Because what's your plan?
My plan is just to keep going, do the same thing you're doing.
Yeah.
Because I have faith. I've never wavered.
Mm.
And although it's not easy to adjust to being a dad, it's not. Everyone makes it out your whole life like it's some ethereal thing that your life changes right before your eyes, and it has changed, but it's just the impact's not as people make it out like it's something that and it's really I feel more or less the same. I'm just a dad now, like I got a family. It's not just about me anymore.
I think it's because you know yourself as well, though. Because some people their whole life changes when they have a baby because they finally have a role. Like I know women that have just all they've wanted to do is be a mum, and then they become a mum, but you forget that that kid's gonna grow up and leave as well.
The bird's got to leave the nest, man.
That's exactly the thing that Rose was saying, that she doesn't just want to be her identity as a mum, and that's the thing. My philosophy was that children come through you, but you don't own them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do my best to take care and to teach it the ways
Yeah.
of how I think it should live. But then, you know, I don't own her. She's her own person. She just came through us. She's gonna live her own life, and she's gonna discover her own way to do things. You know what I mean? So it's like people are too possessive of their children, and like that, they make them feel like they're their creation. They're bloody, you're my little puppet. You're my little. But you know, they're their own person.
Which is weird.
You don't own them. They just came through you. You know.
Again, with modern society, is very. Before we get Sally to answer the question, her question, about the comfort thing, but Chloe was telling me, because Chloe works in childcare, she was telling me that like parents openly admit to being helicopter parents, and I didn't even know that was a thing. And Chloe explained to me, I was like, what the fuck's a helicopter parent? And she said like, you're always hovering over the kid, and like you're very like obsessed with it, and like, oh, don't do that, and like the kid like and you basically just smother your kid. Because it's 2022 now and you're allowed to be different, people will literally admit to it, like on the paperwork and shit. They write helicopter parent, so all the staff know when that parent comes, everything has to be like in place. And the kid, if the kid gets like accidentally, another kid bites it, the parent goes off its head. Why this, did that? And I was like, people admit to that, to being a helicopter. I was like, what? Just let the kid fucking bite another kid, bro. They're kids. Who gives a fuck? Like, what? Who gives a shit, bro? And I was like, wow. And she's like, yeah, they openly admit to it. And I was like, holy fuck. That is fucking crazy.
My 17th birthday party, man. You remember my party?
Ooh, that's another podcast in itself, bro. Talking about that shit.
I cannot believe my mum let that happen. But anyways, my 17th birthday party obviously was loose. Many people there. And one of my friends came, and she had real strict parents.
Oh, yeah.
And she was 17 too, and she wasn't allowed to drink until she was 18. And anyways, long story short, she got fucking wasted to the point where she was like throwing up, whatever. I had to call her parents to come pick her up. So her dad, so her dad came to pick her up, or her brother or mother or something like that. The next day, I get a phone call, and I like answer the phone. She's like, "Hello." I'm like, "Hi. Do you know who this is?" And they're like, "This is blah blah's father." I'm like, "Oh." Like, "Where is your mother?" And I'm like, "No."
Really?
Like, come on, man. Like, seriously, like, we didn't shove vodka down her throat. Like,
she had her own choice,
you know what I mean? Yeah. And anyways, he ends up going off at my mum, calling her a bad mother, all this kind of stuff, like all this shit. And my mum just laughed it off at the end. Like, she hung up. She's like, whatever. Like, it's like she's 17 years old. Like, I know, obviously, like the legal age of drinking is 18, but like, lay off. Like, you're gonna, like, at that age still. And there's been a couple of like people I've known as well, like their parents just like have so much say still to like an older age, and it's like, man, like, you gotta let these people live their life. Like, they're people, they're not your protege of like perfection. Like,
man, I don't want to make assumptions, but I guarantee you, usually parents like that watch as soon as they turned 18, I bet you they went off the rails.
Yeah.
Whatever they wanted.
That's usually what happens. But I don't know, that's fucked up, because I think your mother was one of the coolest freaking girls I ever met, bro, because every time you had parties, your mum would be there with us till the end.
Yeah.
Partying, bro, like she was at the bender with us when it was just like 5 of us left.
My mum was funny.
Man, I think that shit's a lot. Wouldn't you rather do that with your kids and your kids' friends so you know at least they're safe? Yeah, we may not be doing the you know, what we're supposed to be doing when you're only 17, but at least we're not in the fucking park or at the fucking back of some factory where you can get hurt, or if something happens to the kids and we're just kids and something happens, we don't know what the fuck
kids are gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
And that was like, that was always my mum saying like, you know, I want to like be the house that's safe and
monitor what's going on. Then okay, she's a bit fucked, we'll put her to bed. Maybe, okay, we've got to call his parents. We've got.
Yeah.
If
and
your mum's not
like,
there, we're gonna go fucking ballistic at the house. Like,
and she got looked down on from other parents. She did because of the stuff, but like. She probably, to be honest, I probably won't be as loose as my mother. Like, the parties were pretty
the parties were fucking crazy, man.
She was very, very loose. But she, in the same sense, was such a put-together woman. Like, she taught me how to cook. She kept everything clean. Our house was
the house was always immaculate.
She was such a boss. She worked 4 jobs at a time sometimes. She always learnt different things. Like, at one point, she was, like, a marriage celebrant. Another point, she was a counsellor. Another point, she was this, that. Like, always trying new things, always like, and in the end she had a like nearly paid off mortgage on her own, like lived such a fucking hectic life, had all of her shit together, but still partied fucking hard with her daughter and had the house where all my friends loved her, all my friends knew her, like, and she was just funny. Like, I would like to be...
Man, she was cool, man.
You know what I mean? She was never strict. Like, she had her strict things. Like, she had things that she didn't want me to do, or that she, you know, whatever. But still had that leniency. Like, not trying to just be this person that thinks they can't do anything wrong. Like, a full, like, godchild. You know what I mean?
It never works, by the way.
Being a parent would be crazy. I don't know, like, it's not, you're saying it's not as crazy as what you think, but like,
it is,
I'd be...
but, you know, the way people make it out your whole life.
Yeah.
But, and she's still very young, obviously, she's like a month old, but, you know, I feel like when they're a bit older, that's when it kind of, you gotta really, you're moulding this person.
Yeah, that's when you
early
start.
Stages of their life. But, I feel like you're right, it's because of that sense of self, like, my identity isn't just a father, I'm just going to work, I'm coming home, teaching the kid this, doing that. You know, you still got to be yourself, and that's the same with Rose too. You know, she's still got her own identity. You know.
Well, I mean, if anything, if it was me, wouldn't it make me want to push even harder with the music? Because then you want to now be able to support.
That's what it is, man. I mean, I've been doing this music thing before she was born. I'm not going to stop now. It's just made me want to go harder.
Go hard, bro. Like.
See, I take heaps of pride in going like when I look at my parents, I'm like, my dad is like a rock god in his own head. Like he just has always been about rock music. He's been in bands his whole life. Like that's his thing. His thing is like old school rock music. He's now like starting a business in it, like all this kind of stuff. And he was a cop, and he took a lot of pride in being a cop. So like had that. And then mum was a spiritual like woman, like really deep down, always trying to like work on the spiritual side, just a hippie. And I love that they have those, like, but there'd be like those identities.
Yeah.
But there'd be so many things where you're like, oh, mum's mum.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? She's like, she's just always been mum. But
100%.
it's like, I got a, like, part of my side that's spiritual from mum, and I got a part of my side, like, mental party music side from my dad. Like, whatever, like, took little bits from their personality that I enjoyed and then created my own.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, it's so important, I think, to have your own identity and not lose yourself in just being like a parent. And being a parent is awesome, but like you're also a person.
Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta. Chloe always says that too. Just because you have kids, you can't let your life then just slip away and go to waste. Like, yeah, you gotta obviously take care of the kid, but you still gotta do the shit that you want to do and get your goals and dreams achieved. But before we forget, what's your thing you want to do this year that you want to get out of your comfort zone? Something big.
Yeah. It's funny to ask a question, but I haven't really thought about it. I have a lot of like manifestations of the year, but I think to get out of my comfort zone, I want to host a workshop that's like a paid workshop, because I've obviously done a workshop before, but I did it for free. So like people could just come and sit for free. It was like 10 spots. But like to get out of my comfort zone, I think to be paid for like the creation, like the Heal My Gut workshop. Like that was a lot of hours of effort on me, you know what I mean? Like I put together the folders, I put together this, you know, the presentation, I put together the information in my head, like laid it all out, did all the props, everything that I did like took time and effort, but like I was just doing it for the funsies. So this like to be paid for my work in front of like maybe 30 people would be really out of my comfort zone. Because like obviously they're putting down money to get the like the service that I'm providing and the information that I'm providing, but like to get paid to do something like that would be really uncomfortable for me. So I think getting out of my comfort zone in that way would be a big one towards the end of the year. That's
a good point too, because shout out by Stephen, he once told me something a couple of years ago. He said, when you officially get paid for your services, you're a professional.
Doesn't matter how much.
Doesn't matter how much and how often. He said, as soon as you get paid for your services, you are a professional. So I think that's a sick goal.
Yeah, I started doing like paid consults and stuff like that, because I can get people in for free consults as I like work for my college online, but I don't see like I'm limited by time and by the university's like constructs of how we provide our treatment plan and stuff like that. Whereas if I like take on a client, my treatment plan is like way more detailed. Like it's got pictures of what you need to buy, where you need to go, what you need to do, like all that kind of stuff, and has a lot of more information. So I'll have people pay me if they're coming through my Heal My Health business. But yeah, to do one that's like a bunch of people in front of me where it's a performance really. Like if you're doing a workshop and you're standing up and doing the presentation, it's like you're performing for people, making sure that you're talking right, that you're getting the information out right. You're not like some nervous little rat at the front of the group. So that would get me out of my comfort zone. So I guess now that I've said it, like I'll start working on it towards the end of the year.
You gotta do it now.
You gotta do it now, man. Yeah, fuck yeah. That's fucking sick. So this year is the year of everyone doing crazy shit that we're not comfortable with and trying to move forward with ourselves, man. I just really want to stop working, bro. I don't think I can mentally take another year, man. Seriously, I don't know. Everyone's got their breaking point, man, and I'm fucking close to the top of the lid, man. I'm gonna start oozing out the side like a fucking big jar of jelly. I'm gonna start oozing down the side of the jar and shit, man. I don't know if I can. I don't know, man. That's why I'm trying so hard to fucking do this online shit. And
just don't waver, man. Keep going, man. Don't waver.
Yeah.
You come this far,
yeah,
nearly there, bro. Just keep going.
And you gotta get past that point of being completely done. Like anyone that wants to leave a job is always like boiling for like a year and then finally gets out of it, and it's like the beautiful thing about doing it is that like I don't know, like life only goes forward, right? You only have the future. So the second that you get the change, and although it feels like you're stuck in mud now, when it comes, then it's like the past is behind you and you forget that you even fucking worked for people like before, you know what I mean? You remember that it was a struggle and you remember that like, you're like, thank God I'm figuring it out and I'm on my own now and I have my own time and my own space. But like, then there's only that forward, like, which is crazy, and we're still so young. Like, it's crazy how young we still are.
I hate working, like, the owner of my company literally has like a fucking $2 million mansion. And I pay for that shit. Like, with my heart, like, our hours pay for that.
My heart.
Like, my heart and my soul pays for this cunt's mansion, bro. And he's fucking, like, that, man, that shit makes me so mad, bro. It's like, fuck, man, like, it's like,
that's when like, you're working towards eventually doing it on your own.
I want to be the old prick sitting in the mansion, but not having little slaves work for me while I do it. I want to do it on my own. Like, that's the fucking, that's going to be so satisfying, bro.
Would you guys have a mansion if you had the money?
No,
I probably would.
I would have a nice house.
I would.
But the room, you know, justified to the amount of people living there. Like, I don't want 15 fucking rooms for 3 people, you know what I mean? Like,
True.
I have a nice house for the space. Like,
No, look,
nice, but modern.
I'll admit, like, I'm a materialistic kind of guy. Like I admit, I'll buy the nice car, I'll buy the big house by the water, but I'm not going to be the guy who's got 15 mansions everywhere and I never see half of them and shit. I'm not going to be that guy.
Yeah.
I just want to sort myself out for me and my partner, and then the rest, bro, I want to help other people. Yeah. I want to help others, bro.
I just want to live comfortably.
Like, I want to, like...
If I'm getting paid, I'm happy living where I am now and just being paid, but my conditions, you know, don't change because I'm comfortable, I'm happy, I have a house, I have a roof, I have food. I don't need much more, you know, but if I had the money, I would get a nicer house, water, I might have a fucking, I don't know, a theatre room or something, but it won't be huge, ridiculous, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, before we continue, I just want to say shout out to my homie James, Sally's partner. You've got me for my Christmas Kringle. Little whiskey things with little ice cubes in them. They're fucking awesome. Thank you. I do want to get James on here too.
Yeah.
One time, because he also has his own business. He's into music. Me and him talk about music all the time. He's a little bit into his cryptos and NFTs and shit, so I think he'd be a cool episode.
Oh, you guys would have heaps.
Should probably get him on next, to be honest. I'll message him after this shit anyway. But all right, so
what are you drinking in there? What is it?
Yeah, it's fucking whiskey and
give me a sip.
It's whiskey and diet vanilla Coke. Excuse the diet vanilla Coke. It's the first thing I grab.
I want to start drinking whiskey and shit too.
Excuse the diet vanilla Coke.
Shout out Luke Spiteri who left me that diet vanilla Coke. I don't know why.
That's pretty good.
Delicious.
I like the vanilla diet. It's not bad.
No sugar and shit. I don't know.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but and I'm pretty sure it's flat too. So if you think that tastes good now, wait till you have it with actual like Coke when it's not flat. It's fucking so yum. Anyway,
that's good.
So do you want to? What should we answer a couple of questions? You reckon?
I got a few. So
you always have more, so we'll start with your ones, I guess.
But I only asked one question. You asked a lot of questions. I only said I put on my story. If you responded, thank you. So the question was, what do you think is one of the biggest problems in modern society today? And the first person to respond was app4223. He says, can't look up from their phone. He says social media is poison. Can't look up from their phone. That in itself is a problem, and also creates problems.
Yeah, I hate that.
And
I hate that.
Yeah, I agree 100%, man. Like, it's definitely a problem.
How many people have you almost seen get hit by a car because they're walking across the street like this? And like, fucking look up. Fucking look where you're fucking walking.
It's caused like problems in our distraction though. Like we're just all like our focus ability is so low.
Attention span.
Yeah, the attention span is so low. Like
it's sad.
And it's just dwindling and dwindling. And I'm like finding it even in myself, and I'm trying now to like implement like focus strategies. So like the other day I was trying to read this book that I've got, and I kept like reading a little bit, and then I would like get a Snapchat from the girls, and I would like reply and like, sweet. And then like I'd read a little bit more, and then like Instagram would tick off. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna set my alarm for 25 minutes,
and do not look at the phone.
I'm gonna put the phone over there, and until the alarm goes off, I'm not touching it.
That's
and
good.
like had to like. But I'm having to do that now, especially like with studying and stuff like that, trying to read a lecture or focus for 3 hours on a lecture, like especially now that everything's online and you've like just on Zoom and you can literally just scroll through your phone.
And it makes it worse too because the people, like the government and stuff, they're pushing for it more because it keeps us stupid. It keeps the people stupid and on like a zombie level. So it's easier to control and monitor, like especially with the way everyone's been seeing this metaverse bullshit on Facebook, man. It's fucking scary. Like I'm excited because like I'm like I said, I can profit off this shit. So I'm excited, but I'm not excited for the. Have you seen Ready Player One?
No.
That movie. I'm telling you, man, shit's gonna turn like that.
I need to watch it.
It's gonna get. Please watch it if you got time to today or tomorrow, whenever. Just try watch it this week. It's crazy. Like it's gonna get to the point. I was telling Chloe this fucking yesterday. It's going to get to the point where we're not going to have to leave our living rooms to go to work.
Yeah.
And it's very fucking scary.
That's what Meta, Facebook, has shown in that video, what they're doing, and that's what it's going to be. They've literally already said and shown how it's going to work. You're going to be sitting at home and you're going to pop up a hologram fucking desk and you're going to type on your little... I'm telling you, man, it's coming quick, bro.
Apparently, I was reading articles where there's already unis and stuff in America. They're doing classes fully in virtual reality.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Wow, really?
In virtual reality. So you wouldn't have to leave your house to go to uni. Okay, awesome if you've got to travel far. But man, I think mentally people are going to turn into slobs. Like slobs who can't interact with other humans and be like... Half of the people already out there, you're all socially awkward cunts. And now this shit's going to make it worse.
Yeah.
It's going to make it way worse, bro. And it's going to be... Like, I'm a social guy. I love meeting people, talking, having a drink at the pub with someone if you want to talk about business or whatever. I'm still into that. I don't want to do it... I don't want to do it with a fucking with goggles on and me sitting there while drinking my whiskey through my goggles and shit. But I don't want to be doing that shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And people already are awkward and have anxiety and have this and have that because they already don't, like, do enough shit. And then it's going to turn into having to do virtual reality. Bro, it's going to... I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm happy because I'm going to profit. But some of you, man, I'm a little worried, man.
You got to embrace change.
That's the honest truth. I'm just a little worried. Yeah. I don't know. Especially people who already struggle with mental health. I think it's going to make everything so much more worse, man.
Yeah.
Like you need to watch Player One.
Technology really freaks me out, man.
It's
scary shit.
Yeah.
It is scary shit.
Watching what was it? Black Shadows? No.
Oh, Black Mirror?
Black Mirror, yeah. Right. That stuff, like the people that create movies or TV series on like futuristic, like I remember James telling me there's actually people like that's their job. They're like futurists, yeah.
Predictions.
Like predictions of the future and stuff like that. And like watching Black Mirror, it's like, wow, this is actually so close to us that we don't even realize. The one that I really loved was like when they have like the chips where you can basically put your memory onto like computers or TVs or something like that. And like, but it was normal life shit. So like the husband and the wife are having an argument And like he was like, you said this, and she's like, no, I didn't. So she'd like throw up the memory of the argument on the TV and stuff. And it's just like that's a real life scenario of how that whole thing would play out, and it would just mess with humanity. Like it mess with our human nature of like the past is the past. Like people would be living so much more in the past.
Yes.
Like, and if you have a traumatic event, you know, you might like just like sit in it and watch it over and over again, or like if you lose people, you know what I mean? Like I know if I could do that right now and just throw up memories and like remember my mum, or like have those memories of my mum,
it'd be the worst.
I'd be sitting in it, like I'd be wanting to do it all the time.
Yep. See, I'd be fucked because that's my main point with Chloe. When we have an argument, I just say, I don't remember what I said. And she'd be like, well, I'm like, fuck.
The woman always remembers more.
Oh,
Yeah.
I always, James always says
These are
he's like,
animals, man. These are animals. These are like elephants when it comes to memory. It's like, fuck.
do elephants have good memories?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Elephant never forgets. That's what they say.
What would you come back as if you could come back as an animal? Because I think mine would
Caterpillar.
be an elephant.
Bird.
Yeah,
Definitely a fucking bird. A caterpillar, what?
Like, you know those little hairy ones that just crawl around? They're just chilling, brother.
They live for about 3 days too.
Yeah. Perfect. Short and sweet. Oof.
Another one, Zexa. Shout out to
Shout
you,
out
bro.
Zexa, bro. This
Biggest
guy
fan.
is a fucking sick cunt. He started a fan page and shit. So follow the TJM Records fan page, bro.
Yeah, wow.
Legend. Anyway, go on.
He says COVID being taken too far.
Oh, bro, don't even get me started about that shit.
There's a lot of problems with that. No one really knows everything. No one really knows anything, and they're trying to do their best to fucking, manage shit. It's a bit of a mess, man. I mean, you can go on about COVID for ages, but
Hey, just be careful, bro, because this is the perfect start to implement VR and virtual reality and shit. Oh, everyone's too scared of COVID.
stay home.
I'm gonna stay home where I'm safe in my little fucking dusty ass room and put my headset on and fucking get on the train and go to fucking work or uni through virtual reality so I don't catch COVID.
Well, I think the plan, what they're trying to do now, is live with it. So they say, we'll see if we go into a lockdown. But it's like I was saying off camera, now people are starting to care less and less because everyone's getting it. Yeah. At first, everyone cares because they don't expect to get it, and it's easy to tell everyone else to stay home. But now that you've got it and everyone's getting it, everyone's like, they realize the symptoms aren't that bad, and they're like, oh, fuck it. I still want to go out. I'm not going to fucking sit home. It's easy for everyone else. So it's a bit like I'm seeing a lot of hypocrites in that sense. But, anyway.
Yous are all fuckwits. Every single... I think I low-key hate my fans. He's a fucking little cunt. Anyway.
On that point... good mate Cremona, shout out him. He does the prints for our merch. He does the shirts and the hoodies. He's a man cunt.
Thank you.
He says the government, which government. I agree. I think we need a new system. I think democracy is fucking rotten.
Wait. What was the question you asked?
I said, what's one of the biggest problems in modern society?
Oh, the government. Yeah.
And he's saying the government is one of the biggest problems.
Yeah,
I agree. I think we need something new. I don't know what. I think we're going to get something new. I think everything's on the verge of crumbling and being rebuilt into something else.
Do you think our government's bad?
Yes.
Yeah. not as bad as I don't think we're as corrupt as other governments.
No way, but
I think every government is corrupt.
I think Australia is pretty innocent in comparison. Like I think we're just like the dumb little brother that they they don't care about, and they're trying to buffoons trying to fucking
look at the fucking American government.
Yeah,
that's
backwards. That's very, very, very sad.
And like the Nepalese, like going to Nepal and looking at how that country is run, even just seeing like
because those countries are just trying to survive.
Yeah,
so they're actually like not better off, but like they'd be the most sincere because they'd be looking at their people and going, okay, no, like we're poor as fuck here. We need to sort of survive and get food on the table for the people. But whereas because countries like Australia and America and England and all that, they've got, not that everyone's probably in debt to China, but we've got money. So they don't give a fuck about us.
I think that I think some governments are more corrupt than others, obviously, but I just think inherently the whole system is very flawed. Of having a government, I've seen this thing, like the politicians call themselves the fucking big swinging dicks. That's the names they got. These old cunts who run the country, they call themselves that. They're not operating from a place of wanting to help other people. They're operating from ego and inflating their own sense of self in these high positions, and that's not how a country is gonna function well. You know what I mean?
The unfortunate thing is that anyone decent minded that like isn't trying to like crave power or like move towards power or like, you know what I mean, be in a stance of ownership or like power in the government, like decent people don't want to be in politics.
Yeah,
Decent people
exactly.
don't want the arguments or the back and forth, and they can see all the shit that goes on in there. Because like I even have like my dear friend of mine, he has always been into politics and was you know kind of had the goal of moving into politics and becoming like a person in the government body. But as it went on, the deeper that he got into it and the more that he saw the corruption and like all the different like the hypocrisy and everything that goes on in it, like he just said, I don't want to be part of it. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't wanna do
and
this
now
shit.
he's moving on into something like, you know, ambulance work or something like
Yeah.
that. But like, it's the fact that really decent people wouldn't want that energy. And so we can't, like, we're struggling to get good people in to positions of power to make good decisions for the people. Like, it's just like balding fat white men that like just want something to stand on to feel like they fucking have a say.
And that's why I think the whole system is flawed. And just on that topic, think about this, right? If you have a job, a business, right, and you're hiring and you get all these applicants in, and then an 84-year-old man comes in, and instead of all these young 30-year-olds and stuff, an 84-year-old man comes in, would you hire this 84-year-old man? Fuck no. The presidents of the United States are all, they've been over fucking, Joe Biden is like fucking 82 or some shit.
And you let him run
And
the
he's running the
country?
country.
Yeah, that's
You know, and I think just the whole system, the fact that it's all terrible people that are doing this, we're letting them run the country. And then the media, everyone's none the wiser. All the civilians are just sheep. They don't understand it. Just ingesting all this stuff that the TV tells them.
I feel like we need a government though. Like
we need something,
Yeah,
but
we need like humans need structure. They need to, you know, like follow rules. Like
definitely. But
even just in this whole like COVID situation, obviously the rules have been backwards, but at least people have something to follow in a time of like complete and utter not knowing what the fuck to do.
Well, it's like what we always say. It all comes back to fear. Is because most humans, they're so scared and uncertain that their comfortability is about to be, you know, poked at or ruined, that people want to be led all the time, but not a lot of people have the skills to lead.
You know
right?
what?
So people are constantly like watching the news. Oh, what are they going to say today? What are the numbers today? Do I have to wear a mask tomorrow to work? Like people are constantly looking for that gratification of being told
and
what
stop
to do.
doing that. Who gives a fuck, man?
scared.
Live your life. Just go outside and live your life. Stop looking for people to tell you what to fucking do, man.
You know what I think one of the biggest problems with society is that we're not acceptant or taught about death. Because if people accepted death and understood like death and spirituality a little bit more, it wouldn't be so scared. Like what is there to be scared of if you're not scared to die?
We've all been dead before you were born. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like people are fearful, and like, but what is there to be scared of if you're not afraid to die? But in the same sense, if people didn't have fear, the world would also lose a lot of structure.
Yeah,
if there was no fear in the world, like everything would be fucking mental.
It's
like
a
imagine if
tricky
no
thing.
one cared to die.
Yeah,
There'd
People be doing
riots
crazy.
and shit.
running around naked and shit.
But I think I think you're right. I think spirituality, like, you know, I was saying this to my missus the other day. You know, in high school you get a book, everyone reads like there's some books that you're given that you have to read in the syllabus. They should, instead of reading fucking Catcher in the Rye, make them read The Power of Now. Make them read an Eckhart Tolle book. Make them read a Deepak Chopra book. You know what I mean? And if I read those in high school, I guarantee that would have left some imprint on me. I would have definitely picked something up from those books instead of reading
100%.
useless books.
You know what? Maybe the problem is if like looking at, we're trying to find the problem of society, but like looking at the kind of development of people, like a huge thing is the education system, because that's where it all starts, right? But you know what? I don't know too much into it, but they're actually starting to add in like mindfulness classes and things like that within the structure of the syllabus. Yeah. So
Really?
it is actually getting heard a little
I
bit.
hope so. They fucking should definitely do that.
Yeah, it is getting heard, but there could be definitely a lot more you know, cut out some stuff that isn't exactly fully necessary. Like, I don't know. I loved ancient history, but fuck man, it's ancient history.
Yeah,
like
I
when are we
loved it
gonna? I was like number one. I freaking loved it. But like
That's useless.
There's classes, yeah, like that. There would be more use in developing character and building humble humans,
Good people.
than learning about like I don't know some other shit from the past. But like building good humans, and then maybe one day eventually society will move into like a more humble, more calm space where we can actually have decent people in power that work for the people, not for themselves.
I am optimistic. I think things are changing, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I got two
right.
more of these. Neros, our cousin, says ignorance. And I agree. I think one of my biggest problems of society, I think, in my opinion, is people narcissism and people not taking in anything. Like I've come to realize how bad it is. Most people are just living in their mind and not. You're talking to someone, they're not even fucking. They're not taking in anything you're saying.
Bro, we talked. I'm pretty sure we spoke about this last time Sally was on.
But it's a big problem, bro.
You speak and people don't listen to what you're saying, but they expect you to listen to them, and you're just stroking their ego. That shit, yeah.
I always wonder about people like watching TV, right? Like a narcissist, they're watching TV. Are they even fucking paying? Are they just looking at the screen and seeing things? That's literally how most people live. And it's
They're
crazy.
just sitting there with the remote in there, and they don't even know what the fuck they're watching. They don't know what channel it's on, but it's just...
They're just living on the shallow surface level of life, man. They're just stuck in their head. It's just them. They're not taking in anything.
It's part of focus, but as well, like when we're losing our ability to focus, when our like brain is firing in all different directions, 10 seconds here, 10 seconds there, 10 seconds here, like people don't know how to sit and actually just be present on the one conversation that like someone is in front of them and like talking to them and listening in that way, like shutting out everything else in the mind and just listening to the words that they're saying and taking them in. Like the ability of the human brain to do that is slowly dwindling. And like we were part of the generation that didn't have phones fully, like
We got lucky.
You know what I mean?
I say this all the time. If we were born even like say 5 years later, we would be fucking retards.
What people need to
I
learn,
swear to God, we would be dumbasses.
what people really need to learn, I think, is that the mind is like infectious disease. Like the best example, right, is when you do scripture in school, right? I know everyone's got this, right? You're doing scripture and you're talking about God or whatever, and in the back of your brain's going, fuck God. You know what I mean? And that's an example of how you aren't your thoughts. Your mind is always trying to put you down. It's always trying to find something negative, and it's trying to feed off this. You got to be able to not listen to your mind. You got to be able to shut it off. And when someone's talking to you, don't be in your head going, what am I going to say next? What am I going to do? Just absorb it and then respond from a place of presence. Don't fucking be in your head 24/7 going through life talking to yourself in your head all day. And I think that's an important thing people need to learn. And I think they really should. That's why I say they should put those books in schools. Get a start. People learning that their mind is just a tool. Your thoughts, people are so attached to the idea of their thoughts and that it's them. But it really isn't. It really isn't. I'm telling you, it's not. Your mind, your thoughts, it's your enemy. You got to conquer it. You got to run your mind. Don't let your mind run you.
Man, if I was reading spiritual books in school, bro, I'd be in the fucking woods right now banging sticks on logs and shit and making music like that, bro. I'd have a long ass beard and shit, like fuck, bro. But
but there's mental like mind books that just teach you how to manage your mind. Like as you were saying, like if you can manage your mind, you can manage your existence. You can manage your life better. You can show up in business like to be like I guess like present minded. Not spiritually minded, but like present minded and like not talking to yourself while like in your head when other people are talking to you, all that kind of stuff, like really managing that space. You'd like perform so much better in business, like in relationships, like everything like that. It would just be more like structure in life where you can make more time in your mind for everything around you rather than for everything that it wants to just freak out about. And like it comes from fear. Like the easiest path for the brain to take is fear because it's the safest. Like we're pre-wired from prehistoric, from the second that we were humans, you know what I mean? We're just trying to stay safe, get food, like run away from danger, be comfortable. So like the brain is just wired to run to the safest option. And a lot of the time the safest option just keeps you in your box and tells your mind like, be careful of what this person's going to think of you, be careful of this, be careful of that because it's danger, 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 danger. But, when you just move away from fear into love, Like when you sit in a space of love for the person that's in front of you and talking to you, then like love listens. You know what I mean? Like love is going to sit there and listen to that person.
Yeah.
Love is not going to judge itself or like run around in your mind thinking that you're a shit person or you're weird or you're awkward or anything like that. Like because you're loving yourself and you're loving the person around you and you're loving life. So like just moving away from fear into love and just fucking listening, like learning that shit in school would, like even just that concept of fear and love, like learning that in school, you just don't learn that stuff.
Yeah.
And if you had that integrated from the beginning, you know, you might be able to nip fear in the butt from the beginning of your life and then kind of create a better existence. And if one person creates a better existence, if everyone did that, like for themselves, the whole place would be better.
The world will be a better place. I think the school system needs a revamp. I mean, it's just as easy. A lot of people live their life imagining the worst case scenario. Life's going good. What's the next bad thing that's going to happen? It's just as easy to imagine it going very well than it is to it going bad. You know what I mean? It's just, you got to, I think it's important for people to really do some internal work on their brain.
Yeah.
Anyway, the last one of these from Wicked, shout out Wicked, another big fan, says, Mark Manson's theory of the feedback loop from hell in his book, Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I haven't read the book, but I looked up this theory, and so it's basically like when you feel guilty about, so like you feel something makes you angry, and then you think about it and you're like, fuck, I'm angry that I'm angry, and then it's just a constant loop of you feeling shit about how you're feeling and like not being able to break out of that cycle of negative feelings. And it's kind of what we're just touching on. That's all about being able to mentally, you know, organize yourself and manage your feelings. And that is a problem for a lot of people.
Yeah, well, it's jumping into the thought process. Like, you need to find your kind of out, like your switch. If you imagine like your brain and your neurons and your thoughts firing around like this, and if you like listen to yourself and you see it's in a negative spiral, you got to find your like your switch, your cutoff point. So like, what is it that you say to yourself that brings you out of that? Like, but you got to be listening to your mind to do that. That's the problem, is a lot of people like just pacify themselves with everything externally, watching TV or social media or whatever, that they're not listening. But if you tune in, if you take a moment and go, what's my thought saying? Like, and a lot of the time it's negative. Like, I'm a positive fucking spiritual soul, but a lot of the time my brain, if I tune in, I'm like being mean to myself. I'm like, wait, like, all right, love yourself. What's going on? Like, like that guy on the street, love yourself.
Yeah, with the
Respect
sign.
yourself.
Like people don't realize too, right? Think of it like this, right? People go to the gym. They want to work out, make your muscles look good. I want to get ripped, but I want to fucking, you know, be able to lift this, whatever. But you need to realize too that your brain also needs to go to the gym. Your brain needs to work out just as much as your body, just as much as your muscles. You need to have mental strength. And doing stuff like that, we're not always thinking of the negative, not always putting yourself down, listening to other people, taking in what they say and actually giving your opinion back and stuff. That's all working your brain out. And people who don't, like, you know what I mean? You've got to work on that just like you work on the gym. It's the same fucking shit, bro. Don't let your brain just deteriorate and just wither away. Like,
it's constant work too. Like, I haven't finished a book. I just finished the Be Bold by Alexis Fernandez. She does the Do You Fucking Mind podcast, amazing woman. But I've just finished her book and it felt good because I hadn't finished a book in ages.
Yeah.
And I don't know, for the past maybe half a year, I've kind of like felt myself being a bit more negative, felt myself like slipping a little bit in being able to control my mind. Being a little bit, I don't know, just whatever, just feeling like not as myself. And when I finished that book, I was like, that's the first book I've finished in like 2 years. Like, I haven't actually spent the time to just, like, a lot of the time books can be enjoyable, but sometimes it's a bit of a grit. Like, you gotta carve out the time, and a lot of, if it's self-help stuff, it's like, all right, you're thinking a lot and it takes a bit of mental energy and emotional energy to do so. So I just haven't done that. And then like when I finished it, I was like, fuck, it's been a while since I've done that. And now I have I have new concepts to play with. Like, she was talking about doing soft work or like hard work or something like that, where like a lot of the time people, when they have a goal, they do a lot of soft work that thinks moving towards their goal, like, you know, like writing out the goal, doing the vision board, or like if you've got to go to the gym, you know, you might like look at where you're going to go to the gym, but like you don't actually get a PT or you don't do like whatever. So there's soft work and hard work. And I do that a lot. Like I do a lot of planning. I do a lot of planning. And if it's not fully planned in my head, you know what I mean? Like if it's not fully written out, like, but where's the actual action?
Yeah.
And sometimes I will say, oh, I'm going to do this podcast and I'm going to do this one episode on this. And like, until I've got it all written out on like a Word document, everything like figured out, like I don't do it. But that's soft work because it's not actually putting in the work.
Yeah.
So I've read this book and I've come out with this concept and I'm like, even if I just got that one, like got a few things out of it, whatever. But even if I just got that one, it's now forcing me to go, all right, am I actually doing the hard work? How many times this week have I put in the hard work? Or how many times this week am I just dancing around it and doing the soft work?
Yeah.
And I've got that from reading this book. And I'm like, this is what I haven't had for 2 years because I'm not getting information or little pockets of like gems from other people that are reminding me of new things, like, and pushing me to do the work that I want to do, like, or pushing me to be the person that I want to be. So it's constant. Like I feel like there's been times where I'm doing the Tony Robbins and I'm like pumping it and I'm like thinking that I'm like hectic at life. I'm like pumping out all this crazy, work that I want to do. And then times where I'm not. And I realize the times that I'm not is when I'm not feeding my mind with the fuel. Like it really is fuel. Reading books, watching, like listening to podcasts, watching stuff that's all like self-help or, even business help or like just how to move forward in your life or how to be a better person. Like it is fuel to keep yourself bettering yourself. And when you don't give your car fuel, it runs out. You know what I mean?
I'll give you a cool little gem, right? This is something I've done a lot, right? Skip the soft work. Go straight to the hard work. Just do it. Like example for the podcast, maybe obviously planning stuff's good, but just try it where you just don't even plan. Just wake up and if you got time, you feel good, just go to the studio and put the headphones on and just turn it on. Yeah, you might sit there for the first 10 minutes going, okay, fuck, I'm here, but you're there. Just start talking. Like when we first did this podcast, we had no idea what the fuck we were doing. We just fucking sat here and just started rambling on about shit. But that's how we sort of, got into it. And it was kind of like, so most things I do, I just go straight. I just skip the soft work and I just start doing it. And the next thing you know, I'm like, holy fuck, what am I doing? Like I'm here right now. But then it's like, all right, bang, keep going. I don't know. It's just that's something you could, I don't know, just a way you could look at it as well.
My manifestation for this year, because like I do a lot, like literally I'll work for like an hour on like planning out my like vision board or something like that, and it feels good.
It feels awesome.
Feels good. You feel like, oh, I'm gonna do shit with my life. I'm inspired, but like, where's the shit that you've done?
Yeah.
Like
that's why I always say, man, I don't think, I just do. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but a lot of the times, I just have to adjust to what like I'm doing. I don't know.
I think that's why men got not further in the world, but like men. Tony Robbins explained it right with a handbag. Like there's a crowd of people and he says, all right, I want the men to come up, 3 men to come up on the stage with everything you bought for the day. He's like, and then I want 3 women to come up on the stage with everything they bought for the day. And 3 men walk on the stage and they've got their phone and their wallet. Or they've got their phone with a wallet case.
Yeah.
And the women walk up on the stage and they've got these big ass handbags. Turned American or something then. Like handbags. And he gets on stage and he starts pulling out all the shit from their handbag all day. That's like women have this roundabout way of thinking that like men are just so much more like straight cut. Honestly, I envy you sometimes. Like I honestly envy men in that way that like, and I have to push myself to have more of a like stop fucking thinking, just go from go from just A to fucking D without looking at B, C, like E, like without going all around. Like just do it.
Just
and
get there.
That's also why I think men are like about to diss on men.
That's
less emotionally like
invested in shit. Well, I was gonna say too. That also comes with a disadvantage that I do believe generally that women are smarter because you guys can think more and process and think about how a situation. I think you're better at reading situations, right? Whereas men, we're not so because we're always just fuck it, just do it.
Yeah,
just do it.
Men are better at acting. We're not better at
you guys are like
action.
better at observing and shit like that. But anyway, was that all your questions?
That's
all right. The sponge. Okay, so I said I'll skip the first one because it relates to the last one as well. So I said, what stops you from following your dreams? Lydia says, stuck in a modern day slavery, not educated enough on how to get rich.
Facts.
So like basically like we were saying,
The school
it all
system.
starts with school.
Yeah, the school system is training people to be a fucking
Guys, remember,
shit shoveler.
they're trying to keep us dumb. It's what they want. They want us to stay dumb and zombified. So when, like, you know what I mean? The government, like, man, fuck, bro. There's literally people getting rich selling digital art. And just because people are like investing like a couple grand in crypto, they wait for the crypto price to go up and then they sell and they come out a profit of like 4 or 5 grand. And yeah, I know it sounds scary. Fuck, I don't have a 2 grand to waste on crypto. I don't have a grand to spare. None of us fucking do. But it's like I always say, just do it. Because there's a risk to it. But man, you can come out 3 grand richer, and that's your month. That's 3 weeks covered. And and a lot of people think it's silly because I always grew up thinking, right, I always got taught if it sounds too good to be true, it's cause it is. But now in 2022, man, that saying is out the window.
The game is changing.
That's gone.
Yeah, for real, man.
Don't think like that anymore, bro, because I'm like, there is fucking little 12-year-olds and shit, and they're making filthy money doing online crypto and NFT stuff.
Just take the risk, take the dive, learn new things.
And I know there's a lot of people out there that use non-believers and use naysayers, and once again, it all comes down because you're too comfortable and you're too scared to try it. But you're going to be left behind. That's
what
all I'm
happened with
saying.
the internet, when the internet first came out, a lot of you older people will know
Yep.
that's the same thing that's happening
Yep.
now. So, learn a little.
if you don't know what happened, right? Back in the 90s or whatever, the internet was coming around. That's why we got very lucky born when we were born. The internet was coming out. And back then it was Web 1, right? Web 1 was basically just literally, the internet was just a couple of pages. It was just Hotmail. The browser, was it even, I don't think it was Google back then, was it?
Yeah, there was Yahoo
and shit. And it was basically just a browser that had like bits of news and information. It wasn't really like, oh, you know, I'm going to fucking jump on and fucking, I don't know, go into a chat room and stuff. It wasn't that stuff yet. It was very simple. And a lot of people were kind of like, nah, this is just a phase. Nothing's going to come of it, whatever. But the smart people started investing in stocks that had to do with the internet or stocks, right? And most people were going, nah, it's a waste of money. It's this, whatever. Nothing's going to come of it. Look at the internet now.
The world runs on the motherfucking internet.
Without the internet, we would be fucked. You couldn't communicate with your friends, with your family that live away. You wouldn't know what's happening in America, the other side of the world. The news wouldn't be able to cover this. You wouldn't be able to that. You play games. You have all your bank details on your internet, on your phone, on your all that, right? This is Web 2. That's what it turned into. And all the people who took the risk back then, now are rich. They're all rich as fuck because they invested in stocks that had to do with the internet and the Web 1 and all that shit, and all companies that were, you know, companies like eBay and Amazon, right? Invested in all that shit that were very dependent on the internet being successful. Look at Amazon now. Look at eBay now. They're the biggest companies in the world.
We're due for a big change too, man. I mean, it's been about 20 years. Look at the world 20 years ago, how different it was. It's been 20 years again. So things are ready to change.
So now what's happening now? We are going into Web 3, which is our final stage of internet.
It might not be the final
It might not be the
stage.
final, but for now, that's all that's been sort of road mapped out, right? So this is going to last the next 20 years. So by the time we all have kids, right? It's the same fucking shit that's happening back in the 90s. NFTs, crypto, virtual reality.
Decentralized exchange of wealth.
Money.
Everyone creating their
Right.
own wealth, not working for the man.
All this shit is happening.
That's what's happening.
It's happening right now, and you are all turning a blind eye to it because you don't understand it or you don't think it's going to be successful, right? And by the time you have kids, those motherfuckers are probably going to be going to school in virtual reality. And all the smart motherfuckers like myself, my brother, a few of my mates who are into it, we're all now slowly investing into this shit, and we're getting into it, we're researching. And even if it's not now, but in a couple years, all that shit's gonna fucking skyrocket in price and it's gonna boom. And I'm going to have a hefty fucking cash amount in my back pocket because I took the time to research and learn and invest.
It's not a matter of this failing and being a fad either, because it's the technology pushing this that is already being implemented by a lot of...
Yes.
If you look at the big companies involved, all the big companies are getting into
Virtual
this
reality, into crypto, it's scary
happening,
but exciting. So all I'm going to say is do your research. I'm not saying to fucking... save up a month's wages and then just fucking buy a random crypto.
Just learn about it. Just learn how it works. That's all you got to do.
The next time, instead of watching Netflix and jacking off, use your phone, open your internet browser, open your Google, and type in cryptocurrency that's going to blow up next, NFT projects that are going to blow up next, and just read about it and start doing and learning because you might be the next success story, the next... Bro, I've been seeing people like on Reddit posted like random dads who have made they're paying off their house mortgages just from fucking buying a bit of artwork online for $90 and they resell it for 600 fucking grand. And it sounds too good to be true, but I'm telling you, I'm watching this shit happen with my own fucking eyes. I'm in groups where people are obsessed with this shit and it's what they do. And I'm trying to get involved and I'm trying to learn and I'm slowly sort of, getting my head in the door. But I'm watching it happen. People are fucking making tons of money. And it could be you. That's all I'm saying. So use your phone, start researching. ZX says, doubting myself. So this is from what stops you from following your dreams. So he just says doubting yourself.
Yeah, a lot of people struggle with that, man.
Yeah.
You got to just back yourself, take the dive, learn new things, and give it your all, man. Life is just a game we're all playing. You can either sit in the sidelines doing nothing. At the end of the day, nothing really matters that much. Just do what you want to do. Forget about what other people are saying because it doesn't mean nothing. They're you and you're them. I'm everyone. Everyone's the same. So... Anyway,
no one gets anywhere without failure either.
Yes.
Like failure is actually necessary.
That's how you learn.
To move
best
forward.
teacher.
Yeah.
And doubting yourself is thinking that you're going to fail and move into that. Be like, fuck yeah, I'm going to fail. Like I've failed heaps.
Oh yeah, us too.
I've failed heaps. I'm just waiting to finally get there. But I know that with each failure, I get a little bit more resilient and I get a little bit more doubt less because when I fail and I'm still here and I'm still going, that's
a win.
That's a win. You know what I mean? Then my soul gets a little bit more resilient. So yeah, it's so hard because we're just human and humans are so hard on themselves and doubting themselves and shit like that. But the only reason you're doubting is because you think you need to be perfect at everything and you just don't. You just
one is,
fail
man.
and fail again until you finally don't fail at something and then it feels fucking hectic and you move forward with that.
Fucking oath. All right. Next, I said, sort of similar to the first question, why do you work for someone else and not yourself? Same thing Lydia says, I don't have the capital to create my own business. Fair enough. But in that sense, you have to create your own capital at the same time. You can't wait for it. It's not going to fall in your lap. You have to, I believe in manifestation and stuff, but you also have to, like I said, I can't just, it's like Aussie Slang said on our podcast, you can't just sit there and say, oh, I want a Range Rover, and then you're going to wake up the next day and there's one on your front lawn. No, you manifest, okay, I want the Range Rover, I can see myself sitting in a black Rover with the big rims, and then get to work.
And a business works off providing a service or a skill or a product. So, if you're providing a product, then obviously you have to buy the product or make the product or have the capital to do that, to sell it. But that is every hustle with selling a product. But if you're doing a service or or creating something for someone, then the money will slowly come to you through providing that service, and then you just use that money and reinvest it into the business. Yeah. So you obviously have to do your work that you're doing before you can just run off and do your business. But eventually, say I have my job now, that is my normal weekly thing. I'm not going to be able to quit my job and just start taking consults and doing all this stuff because it's not going to pay my bills and build the business. You know what I mean? I can't, take the money that I've got from a client that I've helped and provided that service. I can't then take that and buy myself a new pair of shoes. I need to take that, then put that into the business.
Yep.
And then eventually, like, the business has to be its own entity, and then that has to grow. But, like, it takes, like, you have to start somewhere. And you don't have to be perfect to, like, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So, like, eventually, like, when you, like, provide that service, provide that product, you get the money back, you put it back into the business. It's not going to be something for you straight away, but then that's when that builds. But it takes time, and it takes that, like, that kind of, that idea of, like, I'm not going to be rich straight off, and I'm not going to be able to start, like, being rich straight off. Like, the rich do get richer, but you actually have to get yourself there first. Like, if you're not born into a rich family, or you're not like, richness doesn't fall into your lap where you can just start any other business. That's why I think, like, they call, like, fucking, what's her name, Kylie Jenner and all that, like, businesswoman, all this kind of shit. No way, man, because you can pay. She can pay everyone to create the stuff for herself. Like, she doesn't have to figure out how makeup is made, and, like, then how to do the business and how to do this. Like, she has a whole team of people that she just pays to create that business. But with people that don't have the means straight off, like, they kind of have to learn, put the, like, time in and the like, and all that, and then put in whatever money they can. Like, I'm not rich, and my business isn't working yet, but I'm hoping that eventually, if I keep reinvesting what I get, then that business will start to have enough money to be stable, and then also to pay me.
100%, bro. Like, basically, man, there's enough. Okay, right. Picture we're all pirates on this earth, right? And there's enough booty for everyone, bro. There's enough buried treasure for all of us. You just gotta fucking find it, bro. It's out there. Like, it's literally out there waiting for you to take it. Like taking candy from a baby, bro. It's the same thing with this online stuff, bro. People are changing their lives, and, like, put it like, okay, yeah, right, you flip a crypto or whatever for 500 grand. You're not going to be rich, but fuck, man, you don't, like, that's 2 years worth of your work paid for. You could pay off your house. You don't have to you could go on a holiday. You could pay off all your debts you got.
I can't wait till we're talking about this when we've actually done it, bro.
Mate,
That'll be good.
I'm going to be sitting here with a cigar on, bro, my little suit on, and I'm going to be saying, I fucking told you so, man. I'm telling you right now, bro.
We talk about it like we've already fucking got functioning businesses and, like, functioning cryptocurrency and shit, but, like,
but you gotta sometimes act like you do, man, to help the universe sort of kick you into gear a little bit. That's why.
Oh, but we're gonna get there. That's the thing.
Yeah,
man,
just,
it's gonna happen, bro. I'm telling you.
Clip that, and we'll do a comparison later in a couple of years.
We're in Iggy's mansion.
I have a whole podcast room just for fucking. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna happen. Success is coming. I think this year
it's a good year. 222, man. I got a good feeling about this year. I've been saying it for a long time, man. 2022.
I'm excited, man. This year's gonna be fucking
222 is a good number.
Juicy pussies this year, boys.
Fuck off, Iggy.
And then ZX says, because I don't know how to depend on myself, which is why do you work for someone else? See, I think when it comes to that, brother, you got to sort of, just work on yourself first. Sort of, like I said, work out your mind, get your brain to the gym, and sort of start channeling some positivity through, especially this year. This is going to be the year I want to see everyone happy. I want to see the Instagram popping off, people telling each other how well they're doing and stuff like that. We're going to block out the normies. So all the people that just fucking come home and do nothing with themselves, we're going to block those cunts out. And we're gonna focus on growing our bank accounts this year, boys. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a good year. But yeah, I think that just comes down to working on yourself, bro, first before anything else. You gotta think of yourself first, and then this one was a simple one. Do you prefer singles or albums? Everyone has said singles.
Really, they said singles.
Everyone has said singles. So I think we've already started off the year great then.
Hell yeah, man.
So we just want singles. Fuck the albums off. Too much work, too much effort.
I'm going to put all those singles in an album, and I'll put some extra, like, bonus tracks that I didn't release as singles.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's a good idea.
That's what Chris Webby did. You went all year doing the singles, and then at the end of the year, release the album, all the singles, and then...
You know what I'm manifesting this year?
Yep.
Is you in James's studio doing a song.
Oh yeah,
but James sent me a beat a while ago, a rock beat, and I haven't been able to. I want to do like some, like he said as well, like some Linkin Park, how they did the Jay-Z thing. Like, that's fucking mad, but it's so hard to write. I can't write to it. I still got it there, and I want to do it, But
There was another one that he was showing us in Surface.
Surfers, yeah,
that-
the beat, yeah.
It's more like a.
It's way more hip hoppy.
He made it as like as like a kind of like London grime.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's mad.
It was
Yeah.
a good beat too. I told him to send it to me. I'll remind him.
I could fucking
That collab, the three of yous, I'd love to see that.
Yeah,
That
it's
man, James pops out music from nowhere and does like 2 hours or whatever in the studio, comes back and shows me this incredible song that he's made. I'm like, how the heck? But like they just don't go, like he doesn't put them anywhere or whatever. He sends it to his mates and stuff like that. But like that man can make some amazing tunes very quickly.
he should start putting them out
Don't
more.
worry, me and him have been talking, and we're gonna. Yeah, I'm helping him sort of get the whole idea about the Spotify things going. And,
Yeah,
and then
fuck
we're
yeah.
gonna- So this year, it's gonna happen 100%. Even what I was telling James, I want to go to the studio and just do covers. Where like we just have a camera and we just sit
That'd
there.
be dope, bro.
And him on the guitar, you spitting some bars, and I'll just put some drums over it, like just
Yeah, that's
real,
mad.
real fucking
Let's
chilled
do
out.
that.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
So that's gonna be sick. And then what else did I ask? My last question. Okay, yep. Was Michael Jackson actually a pedo? Because Chloe says she just wants our thoughts on it all. Look, man, I don't think he was, man. I don't know. I think he had a bit of a fucked up upbringing, but I think he had that problem where he had the brain of a 12-year-old, but he was just a grown man. I don't know, man. But then apparently people saying that he used to pay the parents to let the kids sleep over and shit. But I don't think he was doing anything, man. He was like a kid.
I don't know enough about
I
Michael Jackson.
was about to say, like, it's
I don't want to like
very
spread
weird.
dirt on a dead man's
It's
name.
like we don't really know, do we? Like,
I guess.
it's hard to tell. The whole thing, I don't know, since he turned white, things got weird, man. I don't know. It's just,
Lydia says, I love MJ, but I just think he was mentally ill. He lost his mind at some stage. I agree. I think he was mentally a bit. Brado says, fuck oath, was always weird, but I think it had to do with the upbringing.
I think child fame really does things
Yeah,
to
fuck
people.
yeah.
Like, he
Hell
obviously had a bad upbringing, but then like getting that famous as a child just completely distorts reality.
Because you're not,
like,
your brain's not even fully developed yet.
no.
And you've just got all this fame, all this money, like...
Well, even Justin Bieber went through like obviously he's a little bit more
went-
stable, but he
yeah,
went a
off
bit
the
mental,
rails,
like
yeah.
because you just when you're 13 and the whole world like at 13 you think the whole world revolves around you.
Yeah.
and
But
then when
you
it actually
learn-
does,
You learn that it doesn't.
Yeah.
But then when it actually does
Yeah.
and you're worshipped at that age, like
Yeah.
you just think like the shit would be so skewed.
celebrity
like,
worship is a fucking other problem, man. You losers who stand outside the airport screaming at fucking One Direction
That
walking
is
past,
so
get a
sad.
grip, man. Get a fucking grip.
When you watch documentaries, like Amy Winehouse's documentary or like Britney Spears, just all these different documentaries on these celebrities, and they can't even walk out their door without hundreds of thousands of people, and like the photos and like the flashing and like the yelling, and it's just mental. Remember watching like the Lady Gaga one, and she's walking out of her door and there's this like child, like I don't know, this weird looking child just standing there, and it like they like made her voice like louder or whatever, but she's going, mommy, like to Lady
the
Gaga,
fuck?
just this little girl, and she's standing there, and it's like that's creepy and weird. And then like there's all these other teenagers screaming and older people screaming. It's like, man, get a fucking
You know,
life.
a lot of celebrities
Wait,
want to
just-
move to Australia because we're a lot laid back
yeah,
about it.
Yeah, we're not as... Just before we move on, I'm Team Neros. He says, fuck no. ZX says yes. Apparently multiple people have come out saying what he did to them. I don't know. I still don't think he did it.
I feel like
but
people would say that because they want to
money and
I
attention
don't think
and,
he
I don't
deep
know, man.
down. I don't think he was, but I feel like there's a lot more going on that nobody
behind the
really
scene.
understands.
But anyway, speaking on the Amy Winehouse shit, that shit was fucking sad. But like we were talking before off air, I think a lot of the time too is that people who are so good, example with music and stuff, a lot of them probably aren't mentally stable, but they use the music to help channel their emotions and their feelings. But then in Amy Winehouse's case, she just fucking blew up like beyond proport, bro. It was that Rehab song, eh? They released Rehab, make me go to rehab, bro, and literally it was like overnight.
Yeah.
And
it's crazy,
bro,
yeah,
there
like-
was paparazzi at the house, bro. Like Imagine coming in. That shit would make me pass out. I open the door and there's just a fucking like light.
And she just never wanted it. She never wanted it. And like even James said that when we were watching. He's like, "Fuck, I didn't realize how famous she actually was." Because like even like at the Oscars, she won Oscars and shit like that. And like, but just so lost. And like I honestly see it from like she had daddy issues hard because her dad was some sick fuck that just like leached off her for his life. But like even like the way that he treated her and the shit that he did, like how he took the whole entire camera crew to follow her to a like island where she was just trying to get away from everyone and stuff, but she still has a tattoo on her arm that's like says daddy's girl. And like all the men in her life like got to her and all this kind of
shit.
And it's like full daddy issues. But like obviously she was not ready for the fame, but like living that famous life as a celebrity, like no thank you.
Nah, man.
Like, no thank you, man.
Like Tupac always said, man, he wants the fuck the fame, just give him the money, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's not it's I don't know. It's very fucking sad because it's again such a good talent, bro. And she was at heart, she was a jazz singer. Like that was her original thing. And it just the fame took her away from that, bro. Like she was, man.
And it's sad because the world doesn't have that. Like it's really rare. Like that's what I keep forgetting or not knowing his name, but the guy that she sung with, he's like the jazz king, is like heaps old now, he's got dementia and shit like that. But he sings with Lady.
What's his name?
Lady Gaga's always with him. Like Lady Gaga's like his number one bloody fan. But Tony Bennett. Yeah, Tony Bennett.
Yeah, he's one of the craziest jazz like singers ever.
Yeah, but he said like, you know, when he was talking about her after she passed, he said if I could have said anything to her, it would have been to slow down because the world doesn't have jazz like that anymore. And she was like kind of this born like jazz soul that could have just provided the world that, you know what I mean? But she was also not there to provide. She should never have been a show person. Like just twist people, man. I have no idea how people live in that fame. But then there's people that thrive in it. Like Lady Gaga thrives in it. She's put together. Like there's so many people in that realm that have family, have kids, they keep their shit together. Like, but it would take a lot of mental strength. Like a lot of mental strength.
It's a different ball game living like that.
Yeah.
You got to learn to live that way.
Yeah, that was so sad. And that that was overnight too. That's why I feel like for us it's okay. We're like sort of gradually on this like little uphill slope. Just slowly.
But even imagine right now, because Avicii, the same thing happened. One song. Like imagine if you just dropped one song and it went crazy, and then next thing you know, like 2022, you fucking like taking tours around the world and shit like that. You got people like it would like be that would feel
crazy.
immediate.
It'd be crazy.
I think fame is quite immediate for a lot of people, to be honest. Like you might get like a small fan base or whatever, but like a level of fame just kind of would happen so quickly. I don't think the human brain's ever really ready for it.
Nah.
Superstardom,
Yeah.
It happened to Post Malone. Apparently he released White Iverson and the next day he was like rich.
I love Post Malone.
You know what I mean?
Post Malone's cool, man. He's cool, dude.
I remember when I first watched, like I didn't know his music, but I'd seen a video on YouTube of him and I was like, who the fuck is this like white boy with like cornrows dancing in a field or like just rapping in a field or something? And then now I'm like, Post Malone.
Yeah. He looks like he stinks. That's what Chloe told me once. I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, holy shit. All right, guys. We're going to wrap it up there. First episode of the year. Thank you, Sally, for coming on.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for actually offering to be the first person. It was like, I'm coming on and we're doing it again. I was like, yeah, mad.
Makes
bro.
it easier.
It's so fun, bro. It's so fun. It's such a like different little world when you're just like talking with the audio, with the headphones. But,
I'm sure you'll come back on many times as we just keep doing these things and as the world changes around us. So yeah, thank you guys. I think that's episode 21?
Yes, sir.
I want to end it on one quote that I uploaded last night. I'm going to read it out for all you sad sacks out there. All right. Stop waiting for somebody to elevate your game. You are already equipped with everything you need to manifest your own greatness.
Joe! That was nice.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
That was lovely.